The guy on the end doesn't really understand this starter-closer stuff because he generally would just finish the games that he started. So this is kind of new for you, right, Bert, to have a guy you give the ball to late in the game.
Well, that was my goal, not to give it to him.
Exactly.
But, you know, I had some pretty good closers along the way, going to Ron Peranowski back in the 70s to, you know, Jeff Reardon with the 80s. And, yeah, I mean, you'd like to finish what you start, but it always doesn't work that way. But like Kyle said, if you can keep your club in the game, whether, you know, you go 6, 7, 8 innings, your job is to go deep into the ballgame. Like Kyle said, and you guys have been talking about all the arms, this is probably, in a long time, I think, go to spring training for the Twins, there's 7, 8 guys that are competing for 5 spots in that starting rotation. That's nice to have, because in today's age, it seems like, you know, starters get hurt a lot. I mean, last year we lost Phil Hughes for a while. We lost Nolasco. Well, one thing Terry Ryan has done, he's went out and he spent money on Irvin Santana. Nobody expected him to go through, but we have him all season long this year. The guy knows how to pitch. You know, Phil Hughes, hopefully he's healthy the whole season like he was 2 years ago when he was outstanding. He had some back issues last year. Kyle has been very consistent, and I think what you're going to see is him get to that next level of even being more consistent, going deeper into ball games. And, you know, it's just, and Ricky Nolasco. First 2 years have been frustrating for him. And I know he came into camp, and you guys can attest, he was in great shape last year. Then he got injured. You know, he had foot problems right off the get-go. And you hate to see that. So it's nice to have the Barrios or guys like that in the background saying, hey, if you get hurt, that's how I came up in 1970 when there was a 4-man rotation. Jim Perry, Jim Cott, Louis Tiot, and Dave Boswell. There's no room for me. You know, so I went to AAA. 2 guys got hurt. I got called up, and you know, you have to sometimes bite your tongue and wait. I didn't have to wait too long, but you know, you go out there and you want to keep your club in the game. It's a lot of fun.
And you don't bite your tongue very often.
No, I do not. And how do I get a goddamn beer around here? Coors Light? You guys sell Coors Light in here? Anybody? Anybody want to buy me a beer?
Yes. Okay. Bert, we have all pitchers up here with us.
No, we don't like hitters.
Well, I know you don't like hitters, but I'm going to have to ask you to talk about our hitters a little bit. Torrey Hunter's out. We got Byung-Ho Park, who none of us really know exactly what to expect. Aaron Hicks had a fine year. He's been traded for John Ryan Murphy. Byron Buxton's going to have a chance. And then guys like Rosario have to follow up what they did a year ago. How are you feeling about this offensive group in terms of the different skill sets they bring?
You know, being a former pitcher, of course, you look not only at the offense they might supply you, but it's also the defense. And I think that's one thing that has really improved over the last couple of years. You know that Joe Mauer's getting better and better at first base. Brian Dozier, really a gold glove type second baseman. You know, Escobar at short, he's always been that guy in the background with his hand up saying, hey, you know, how about me? And when he does finally, thank you very much. When he finally does get to play, and this is a toast to all of it here, he's done a great job at short. Trevor Plouffe just announced today he signed with the Twins out of arbitration. They settled today. And then you look at, very good, Trevor Plouffe is a big part of this club. You look behind the plate, of course, Kurt Suzuki had an off year last year. They went out and got John Ryan Murphy. Got that right? Not JR, not John, but John Ryan Murphy as a backup. I know Suzuki's very solid, and these guys can attest to that, how good a defensive catcher he is and a game caller. And then you know, look in the outfield, Miguel Sano. You know, here's a third baseman going to try to learn a new position. But he said himself he played some outfield in the minor leagues. The guy has tremendous power. And it'll be fun to see, you know, does Eddie Rosario go from left to right, or does he play left? And then you got Byron Buxton out in center. His cap is so high if he could stay healthy. You know, it should be a very young, exciting outfield for the Twins. They need to improve their bench a little bit. I think that will come in time. But all in all, I think we have to be very excited as Twins fans about the possibility. It's a tough division. Detroit went out and spent a lot of money on free agents. Kansas City, coming off the World Series championship, So, you know, it's going to be tough, but you play one game at a time and you do the best you can. And Paul Mahler already said that he's going to have these guys more on their toes this year than last year. Somebody asked him why. He said, well, I raised the urinals another 6 inches.